So usually we ask for a moment of silence, but before a moment of silence tonight, I just want to. This could have been a very tragic incident, and we could have been having a moment of silence tonight, but luckily we did not. So I want to use this time when you're think about Deputy Jack Evans and his family and all of our first responders, the amazing team at the Sheriff's Department, what Peoria Police does for us every night, and even our road crews that are constantly out trying to keep the roads cleared in this when we had bad weather, that very easily could go to work and not come home any day of the week. So just keep them in your thoughts and appreciate the sheriff and his team for being here. Roll call.
We have 14 present, with members Coates, Bryant, Kelch, and Rosenbaum absent.
Perfect. First order of business is the approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? Member Williams, Member Blair. Questions, comments, concerns? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Mhm.
I can't get mine up here. There's one. Why is this not?
14 ayes. Next would be a proclamations and presentations.
Have a proclamation recognizing America's 250th anniversary in the Peoria Riverfront Museum's celebration of American history. Mr. Morris, would you please come forward? And your team, you have Kate. We got a whole proclamation to give you too.
So Rob and I were honored to be the team that worked on our bicentennial. And as that wrapped up, we were contacted by Mr. Morris to loop into the 250. So we're kicking it off with a proclamation from the county. Whereas the United States of America will commemorate its 250th anniversary on July 4th, 2026. And whereas the Peoria Riverfront Museum is a cornerstone of art, science, history, education, and culture in Peoria County. And whereas the Peoria Riverfront Museum is hosting a one-of-a-kind exhibit in 2026 to mark the nation's 250th anniversary. And whereas famed documentary filmmaker Ken Burns is guest curating the exhibit The Promise of Liberty, which will bring over 100 of the most important documents of American history to Peoria County, including the Declaration of Independence, President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, and Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. And whereas Joyful Resistance is a multidisciplinary collection of works from pioneering Black American artists, authors, and designers from across the nation spanning generations. And whereas Athletes, a Peoria Plays America exhibition recognizes Peoria area athletes and performers who left their marks on the world of sports and music. And whereas other exhibits include Exquisite Cultures, Toytopia, Deep Rivers, Long Roads, The Journey of America, We Remember, Stories from the 9/11 Memorial and Museum, and Transportation Revolutions, America on the Move. Now, therefore, I, James C. Dillon, Chairperson of the Peoria County Board, on behalf of the Peoria County Board, do hereby recognize America's 250th anniversary and the Peoria Riverfront Museum's efforts to celebrate American history.
This is very exciting to address our landlord. We, the Peoria Riverfront Museum, 4 years ago decided to try to hold the greatest celebration of America's semi-quincentennial anywhere in the country. It seemed mildly ambitious. But ladies and gentlemen of the Peoria County Board, we have pulled it off. As a museum, there is no other place that has pulled together the documents of our promise of liberty in one place, from the Declaration of Independence through MLK's I Have a Dream speech, the Emancipation Proclamation, the first printing of the Constitution of the United States, native peoples of central Illinois, 10,000-year-old cultures, European history, French settlers that date more than a century before our Declaration, all included in this tremendous educational, uplifting exhibition. It was pretty cool last week, Mr. Chairman, that the Consul General of France to the Midwest sent me an email and said, is there any way the government of France could have a representative at the opening of the Promise of Liberty exhibition at the Peoria Riverfront Museum? And I said, yes, of course. And then, recollecting my 2 years of high school French, I said, merci beaucoup. So at the opening of the exhibition, we had with us the Consul General of France, and we had with us the chief of the Peoria Tribe of Indians of Oklahoma, who had returned here for the press event. Some of you were there, because our namesake of this county and of this place, the Peoria Tribe, today has a custom woodworking shop that is among the best of its kind. And we have hired and commissioned the Peoria Tribe to build the cases that house the documents of the Promise of Liberty for all of us in this country today. There is no place that will have as cool of a celebration. And I know that I'm not here every week. You're thankful for that. Although I talk to Jimmy routinely. But on behalf of Todd Baker, our board chairman, our board of directors, our 5,400 members of the museum, a record number of memberships, on behalf of the people who've committed $1 million to allow every K through 12th grader in the entire state of Illinois to come for free to these exhibitions at the museum the entire year of 2026. Pretty cool, Phil. Pretty cool. On behalf of those of us who aspired to do something at this level for this country in this year, we are so grateful to live in the People's House in Peoria County. God bless you all, and God bless America on our 250th birthday. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Morris, I cannot think of a better cheerleader that you are for the community, and what you've done at the museum with your staff you just keep setting high bars. I see now we have another H&S Industrial, Pleasant Hill Limestone School has got covered for to come there. So exciting things you keep adding to it. And I can't believe you forgot this. Monday,
Oh, goodness, I'm going to be in trouble. On Monday, we have divided all elected officials and appointed officials and people you like or people you don't like. You can invite anybody to come complimentary, free of charge, with some food from 3 to 5 o'clock on President's Day to the Peoria Riverfront Museum to see the Promise of Liberty, Joyful Resistance, the deep rivers, long roads, all the exhibitions we have up here. But come and see the Declaration of Independence, 3 to 5 on Monday, and bring your friends or guests. We thought it was appropriate to start the year and to start this exhibition with an invitation. I leave you today, Kate Scurin, and my colleague, our Chief Strategy Officer, and the longest serving member of our staff now. She started in third grade 28 years ago now, I think, has brought with her some super cool America 250 Eagles. And you can squeeze when you get frustrated in your day. They're one of these little squeeze, and America 250 pin that is the national emblem of a bipartisan commission that appointed 10 years ago now, actually, to help plan for America's 250th. And thanks for the shout out on Monday. Mr. Chairman, appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Next up, a proclamation recognizing the Peoria Ballet Company for an important milestone.
Hi, everyone. We have Wendy Thomason and her board here today. Whereas the Peoria Ballet Company is a nonprofit organization celebrating 60 years of providing dance performances and education to Central Illinois. And the Academy at Peoria Ballet Company has trained more than 2,200 students in pre-professional ballet since its founding, and currently offers over 50 classes per week to more than 170 students, ranging in ages from 3 through adulthood. And the Peoria Ballet Company is well known for its annual production of the Nutcracker, which features live orchestral music, professional guest artists dancing in the roles of the Sugar Plum Fairy and Cavalier, and more than 100 of the Academy's dancers. And whereas every season also includes a full-length theater production in the spring and an Academy performance in May that showcases all the dancers at the Academy. This year, in celebration of Peoria Ballet's 60th anniversary, the spring show, Swan Lake, will be performed at the Peoria Civic Center with live orchestral music and 80 of the Academy's dancers. And Peoria Ballet Company provides educational and community outreach programs for children at area school and public libraries, and offers local students opportunities to attend special performances of their productions at significantly reduced ticket prices. And the Peoria Ballet also collaborates with other arts and nonprofit organizations to ensure the art of dance continues to be strong and vibrant in our community. Now, therefore, I, James C. Dillon, Chairman of the Peoria County Board, on behalf of the Peoria County Board, do hereby recognize the Peoria Ballet Company's contributions as a vital part of Peoria County's vibrant artistic community and cultural fabric.
Okay, thank you. I would never want to follow John Morse, so we'll see how this goes. No one told me he was speaking in front of me. Thank you for being here. I'm Wendy Thomason. I'm the executive director, and I have members from our board that are with me: Brooke Martin, Mary Horse, Ina B. Kraft, and Holly Hines. And then we have one of our volunteers, a former dancer turned volunteer in the back, Megan Thomason. So we're here. Thank you so much for the recognition. It's actually quite remarkable. I've said this before, that our community is a little spoiled to have all these arts organizations that have been around for so long. So we have the Peoria Symphony, think 128 years. We have Peoria Players, 125 years. Cornstalk has been around, I think, 80 years or something. It's not normal. Most communities do not have these long-standing organizations. So for us to celebrate our 60th, I mean, this is a huge milestone for us, but we really treasure being part of this community. And I just want everyone to realize that it really is unique, that especially for a community any size, bigger than us, little towns, to have all of this. Arts education and arts potential is really, really something that we should all be grateful for. So as we look forward, we look back in the last 60 years, we're looking forward to 60 more years and really doing more that we can do to impact our community, providing more free arts education outreaches and really making sure that we're reaching everyone in the community, whether they're little children, whether they're adults, or whether they're seniors in retirement homes or long-term care, that we're really touching everyone with the arts and bringing the joy of the arts to them. So thank you for helping us be a part of the community for so long, and just we want to express our gratitude for being part of this vibrant community that supports the arts. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, that would bring us to citizens' remarks. We had none filed. So that would bring us to the consent agenda. Is there a motion to put the consent agenda on the floor? Member Daly, Member Rulin. Is there anything that anybody would like pulled? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Member Duncan? Okay. Fourteen ayes. Next we'd be at zoning ordinances and resolutions. Item 9.1, zoning case ZBA 2026-0002, petition of David and Susan Classing, a special use as required in section 20-6.2.2.1.b of the Unified Development Ordinance. This section allows for a special use when a proposed land agricultural preservation zoning district. The petitioner proposes to divide an existing 42.2 acre tract into 22 acre and 20.2 acre tracts.
Member Ruland and Member Elsasser. Seeing no questions, please cast your vote.
That's saying consent.
Consent agenda.
Okay.
There it is.
Member Windisch? There we go. And Member Daley? Thank you. 14 ayes. Item 9.2 is a waiver case, WAV 2026-0001, petition of David and Susan Classing, a request to waive section 20-3.16.2.3.b.2.b of the Unified Development Ordinance, which requires a minimum of 60 feet of public road frontage for parcels being created by tract survey, which are 10 or more acres in size. The petitioner proposes to divide an 42.29 acre parcel with 57 feet of public road frontage into two tracts of approximately 20.276 acres and 22.014 acres. The proposed 22.014 acre parcel will have 0 feet of public road frontage, resulting in a waiver request of 60 feet.
Moved by Member Rulon, second by Member Windisch. Questions or comments? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Member Ricker? Thank you. Fourteen ayes. Item number 9.3 is a resolution from the Ways and Means Committee recommending that the county board chairperson be authorized to cancel the appropriate certificates of purchase.
Member Duncan, Member Windisch. Questions? Member Phelan?
Could somebody from Ways and Means or Administration explain what this is?
This typically would show up on the consent agenda as the list of delinquent taxes. That this did not arrive in time to make it on the regular agenda for Ways and Means. So we received it after the fact. We talked to the chair of the committee, and under your rules, we were able to bring the item forward, but it couldn't be on a consent. It had to be on the regular agenda. So these are, that's why it's here versus consent. What this is a list of properties where I believe the delinquent taxes have been purchased and that they should be released. But I'm not the expert in this field, so if somebody knows better, please correct me.
Is that good, Member Phelan? Or
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
any other comments? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Fourteen ayes. Item 9.4 is the semi-annual review of executive session minutes.
Moved by Member Salzer, second by Member Ricker.
Thank you. It's the recommendation of the state's attorney's office that all previously held minutes continue to be held because the need for confidentiality still exists, and to destroy the executive session audio recordings that are more than 2 years old, except for those that relate to pending litigation.
Thank you. Any questions? You have that memorized now.
It's directly from the statute, which is why we do it the same way every time. So yes, I do have it memorized.
All right, seeing none, please cast your vote.
Fourteen ayes. Miscellaneous and announcements.
We'll start. Member McCann's. Member Allison.
Just wanted us to acknowledge that it is Lincoln's birthday, and we are very fortunate to have the history that we do here. So if you're not familiar with the history Lincoln has in Peoria County, definitely take some time to look it up.
Thank you, Member Allison. Good point. Quiet around the horseshoe. Member Salzer.
Since Thanksgiving, I've lost two brothers, and I really appreciate all of the cards that I received in regard to my two brothers. One of them was 90, lived a good long life, probably best remembered for running the tower crane, and he used to always on the Twin Towers over here, and he would tell people that he was the highest guy in Peoria and never smoked pot, and he could tell a lot of stories. In fact, I had one student who was a cab driver here in Peoria, and he used to visit with him quite often. He'd bring back stories to me and so forth. And of course, my youngest brother, John, who got his degree in mechanical engineering from Bradley, and had some of the same professors that I had when I went to Bradley. So we did have that in common and so forth. And I told several people, and Mr. Llewellyn reminded me today that the one that was 90 probably had the biggest influence on me going to college, because I rode to school and he dropped me off sometimes at school. And I was walking in that morning, and he's working on the Murray Baker Bridge back in about 1953. And the weatherman said, "Today the temperature is minus 21 degrees below zero." And I thought, man, oh man, I can't go out and work in this kind of weather. And so I said, I got to find some place to work inside where it's warm. And I did as a school teacher.
Thank you, Member Salzer. Member Alsasser.
Well, it's always good to hear from Phil, and our condolences go out to your family. And so that's a lot, losing two brothers in such a short period of time. Happy birthday to our President Lincoln. I just wanted to say that our family went to Washington, D.C. about 20 years ago for a week, and I don't know how many have been to the Ford's Theater before, but it's very sobering. I mean, it just about tears your heart apart. You know, when you walk back in there, in behind where Lincoln and his wife and the others were sitting. I mean, it's very, very moving. And like Jennifer said, we have a lot to be thankful for that Lincoln came from Illinois and has left such a mark on our country.
Thank you, Member Alsasser. Well, thanks. Quick meeting tonight, 6:35, basically. With 20 minutes after Mr. Morris spoke, I could see the sweat on Mr. Braun's brow, worried about his dinner reservation here. So we're going to get you there early. Told you we could do it. So enjoy. Meeting adjourned.
And you got all unanimous votes, didn't you? That's great.
I never fail you.